It's all about living, bro. It's all about living.
For sure.
But all right, so we'll do it. Just like look at me, like we're having a conversation. That sounds about a set. So
Yeah,
we're
I know,
gonna
yeah,
be fucked here in a little bit. So we'll get the easy shot of the way first, and then we'll start it up.
All right, cool.
What's going on? Welcome to A New Renaissance, a podcast I'm founding. I'm Manny. This is Chance. And we're going to start talking about creativity, his brand, my brand, kind of what our fuck-ups have been, where we're at, where we're trying to go. And the goal with the whole podcast is to give you the tools in your life to start something creative, whether it be a brand like me and Chance have, or to do anything like photography, videography, poetry, whatever it may be. We want to give you the tools to succeed. Since it is our first one, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I do, and then I'll leave it up to Chance, and we'll have a conversation around what he's doing and everything like that, and then we'll get to it. So my name is Manny Chambliss. I'm the founder of A New Renaissance. It's a clothing brand. It's this podcast. It's the content I post. It's the events we're going to throw. And again, the whole goal of it all is just to give you kind of the tools to succeed in your life creatively, showing you what we did. Basically, when I was 18, I had a clothing brand called Good Samaritan Miami, and I kind of let it fall by the wayside because I was just like, I could only look up at like Supreme, Palace, Mason Margiela, and all these people. And I really had nowhere to go. So I kind of let it fall to the wayside when I went to college. But now my goal is to actually show people the staircase, what you need to do to get to Mason Margiela or someone else or someone cool. So we're going to talk about our fuck-ups, everything we've done, and what we can, wisdom-wise, share with you and hopefully get you on your creative journey too. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and that's the goal of this podcast. And I'll leave it up to Chance to kind of give you his rundown, and we'll take the conversation from there.
What's good? My name is Chance Pierce. I'm the owner of Suinvious. I'll tell you a little bit about the meaning. Soy means unique. Envious means lacking roads. Find your own path. So I combine the two words, and kind of my slogan is unique streetwear. Stay on your own path. Don't follow the rest of the trends. And so, I mean, I started this when I was 18 years old. Started selling shirts on my car. My mom took me to a screen printing place. I had a little drawing of a skeleton, threw it on a T-shirt, then fell in love with it automatically. So then from there, I mean, I continued to grow my brand, and now 2026, I'm here 25 years old, still working, grinding, trying to get this business booming. So yeah, I'm here today to speak to you, give you some knowledge, some wisdom about my brand, and talk to you about the future of what me and Manny have to bring to the creative world.
Let's go. Mike, a little closer.
Yeah,
That's
for
it.
sure.
But other than that, we'll cut that right out. Everything else perfect though. Perfect.
That was way.
That's perfect though. Perfect. All right, cool. So let's get a quick rundown of kind of where the business was. You kind of gave us a quick rundown of it, but tell us first kind of like what got you into like fashion. Like what was the first thought? Like, oh, I want to do fashion. I want to print that shirt at wherever the screen printing place was. And then from there, kind of what led you to do the brand and where it's gone and where you're hoping to take it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, originally I would say 4th or 5th grade. I wore a pair of skinny jeans to school one day. And I was like, shit. I mean, I saw them in the store. My mom bought them for me, so I wore them to school. Everybody was like, why are you wearing skinny jeans? Like, you know, when we were younger, everybody was wearing like Under Armour and shit like that. And I decided to pull up to school in skinny jeans. And I didn't understand why the fuck everybody was making fun of me. I'm like, bro, they're just skinny jeans, like, you know? And so after that, I kept wearing them, and people just shut the fuck up because I was like, bro, I like these, I'm going to wear them. So from then, I was like, damn, I'm a little different. I dress a little different from everybody else. You know, I'm still cool. Everybody still plays sports. I just want to dress different. So that's when I kind of fell in love with fashion because I was like, bro, when you put your clothes on, it makes you feel a certain way, and not everybody has that feeling, you know? So I grew from there, and I always just like would put that shit on in high school, have different fits, you know, always get compliments on my outfits and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, why not start a clothing brand, you know? And so that's when I was 18, I think I was 17, 18. I was sitting at my desk one day. I mean, I was always doodling in class and stuff, and I was just drawing, drew a skeleton. It was a picture of like a girl hugging a skeleton. I got like the inspo from a picture on Instagram, and I drew it, and I showed my mom. My mom was like, oh, this looks amazing. Like, oh, what is this from? Like, and I was like, I honestly can't tell you. I just like it. Like, it's cool. And so I went to the screen print place, threw it on a T-shirt, then came up with the name Suinvious. It was literally a T-shirt with just a skeleton and my name, and I was like, shit, I'm going to wear it. And everybody bought it because I was like, this is my clothing brand. I don't know why I had the skeleton on it, but shit, buy it. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the start of my brand. And then I would say where I want to get it to is shit. So what was the question that you asked before that? I know you said
That's
how
a
that
perfect way to
started.
start it. So
Yeah.
then
Okay.
what
Okay.
after that? So kind of where's the brand gone from that spot, and
Okay.
then where you want to take it?
Yeah. Yeah. So the brand, originally, like I said, I was selling shirts at the back of my car, so I didn't have a website. It was just word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You catch me at school, I could get you a T-shirt. So, I started my website. I would say a little around COVID, because I mean I was just sitting in the house, still designing and things like that. But I was like, why not get a website going? I mean, so I can start e-commerce and things like that. And I actually learned how to build my own website. So I started building my own website. I launched it like 2021. Started selling a little bit, but it was just like to family, friends, people that knew me. And then I started working on my marketing a little bit. And so I would say now it's still e-commerce, still family, friends buying, but it's also a few people that I don't know, running Instagram ads, on TikTok, making videos, on Facebook, doing things. So I would say it's grown a lot, but it's not where I want it to be yet. And where I want it to be is just worldwide, nationwide, people wearing it, knowing that Suinvious is unique streetwear, that when you put it on, you should feel some type of way. Like, so I would say, like, within the next few years, I'm just trying to really work on my marketing strategy and not be too focused on the design of the clothes, because I feel like I've kind of knocked that out a little bit, not to sound cocky or anything, but if I drop something, I know people are going to like it. People are going to buy it. So now it's just more of marketing and getting my brand out there.
Yeah, heard that.
Yeah.
If you had one word to describe your brand, what do you think it would be?
If I had one word to describe my brand, what would it be? I would say, that's a good one. One word. I would say unique. Yeah, I would say unique.
Unique?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason I asked that is because that's what I try to do for my brand. Is like, what's the one word, like when someone puts my shit on, that they know they're saying to the world?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My word is interested.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And why is that?
Because my whole brand is about being interested in things. So whether you're interested in photography, videography, photos, or fashion, music, chess, even, bro, like anything, exotic fish collecting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're interested in anything, you can be part of a new renaissance, which is my whole thing. So when you really put something on from us, I wanted to say, yo, you're interested. Like, I'm interested in something, you know what I mean? So wearing a new renaissance because I have an interest, you know what I mean? That's not just the normal script, like 9 to 5, watch Stranger Things when you get home, wife and kids, white picket fence house. I'm just like interested in life. You know what I mean? I'm an intern of the game, as I like to call myself. So that's what I want people to wear when they wear my shit. So I think the feeling you should sell to should be that uniqueness. You know what I mean? Like when I wear this, I am unique. You know what I mean? Sure. I am different. I have this kind of thing around me. And not like the Rick Owens way where it's like I wear this because I'm like so unique. I'm out of this fucking world. You know what I mean? No one can relate to me at all.
Nah.
But I think that is a good place to start 100%. And I like the fucking shit you're making, bro. I keep telling you, I love those rugby polos and everything.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's what like, building off what you're kind of saying, I can kind of branch off of the word unique with my brand. Because, I mean, when you wear this, you're damn near going to ask somebody, like, where'd you get this from? Like, I was on 6th Street, and some girl, I think she thought I was talking shit or something. She turned around and she was like, if you don't shut your Where's Waldo ass up, I'm like, hey, at least you noticed my shirt, you know?
That's kind of
like,
cool.
Yeah, I'm like, you may be hating, but shit is unique, you know?
Shit is funny, though. That's fire.
Yeah, so it's just like small shit like that.
Yeah. So what happens, like, in your, like, creative journey? Can you give us, like, a rundown of, like, how you create? Like, kind of give us a breakdown of, like, what it is and, like, kind of any pitfalls you ever there. Like, fuck, like, for me, my shit is, like, I, like, get an echo chamber where I just work by myself. I was making that mesh scarf for the last fucking 2 hours. And wait till it's finished, bro. It's going to be so crazy. But, like, I get in this echo chamber where, like, I'm set on something. I'm going to do it no matter what myself. But I find that my designs do better, my shit does better when I'm with other people. So, like, I get something from the echo chamber, like sewing something or, like, getting content or getting an inspiration, and then showing it to my friends, be like, yo, what do we think about this? That's kind of my design process. My fuck up has always been, like, I just always stay by myself, and, like, out of nowhere, I was like, there's my clothes. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So walk me through, like, your design process and kind of, like, what you're doing to, like, you know, go from, like, an idea to, like, actually making something happen.
Yeah, so I would say originally I started from drawings. I would draw a lot, and I stopped drawing. I wasn't, like, interested, and I really wasn't that good. I was just doodling and stuff like that. And then I would say after that, how I said earlier in the video, I kind of lost that creativity and started relying on other designers and things like that, because I was just on Instagram all the time, and I'd be like, well, I mean, I like that design. It's just easy. I know the manufacture process. I know everything. I just fucking put my name on it and thrown on a t-shirt and get it manufactured. So I would say that was a process that I went through too. But now I say I've grown from that, and now I'm strictly like on Pinterest like all the fucking time, just looking at inspiration, looking at brands that I like, and kind of following that 3% rule, Virgil rule, you know, and just kind of like taking something and changing it like 3%, you know. Like I saw this fucking rugby tee at Zara. You know, Zara is a badass place, regardless if y'all like Zara or not. I fuck with Zara.
Yeah, I love Zara.
And I saw a fucking rugby tee there, and I was like, that shit is hard, you know. Yeah. So I went in, got my name embroidered, you know, threw a few little logos on it just to make it a little different, you know. So I would say like sit on my phone, sit on my iPad, and I just scroll through Pinterest, go to my notes, jot things down, what trends are for fall, winter 2026, you know, make sure I'm with the trends, but also switching it up a little bit to keep that name unique, you know.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I feel that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna answer this question next because it's kind of hard. I had to think about this shit forever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll answer it first while you think of it. But my question to you is, what gives you the confidence to create? Because a lot of people that may have that creative instinct, like I did for the longest time, don't have the confidence to like do what you do, like actually put their name on a shirt. You know what I mean? Actually start the shit. Someone's like, damn, I know I can do something, right? But where does the confidence to do that come from? So for me, it's a kind of complex question to answer. Mine was that people stared at me my whole life. I'm 6'4". I was 6 feet since 5th grade. Yeah. Like I was so fucking tall, bro. Like I would have to like spread my legs in pictures to like match the height of my classmates. Yeah. Like if you look at the video now, I'm like slouched so bad, but like I'm 6'4". Like and you're pretty tall too, but like. Yeah, no, yeah, I ain't 5'5" now. I'm just like. But like I always find this thing where like I try to like blend in more, you know. Yeah. But the reason is because people would always stare at me my whole fucking life. Like everyone would stare at me. Everyone would like, oh, do you play basketball? People would literally like, as I walk by, people would just be like this all the time. And it kind of gave me like this weird anxiety where like, bro, people were just fucking nonstop staring at me, bro. Like I was in a band in like middle school, and I would like turn away from the audience because I was so like nervous people were staring at me. But then after a while, I like lost a bunch of weight in high school, was on the basketball team. And then I started getting this swag where I was like, bro, everyone's going to look at me anyway. I may as well dress a certain way. Like I was into shoes and sneakers and all that shit. And then I was like, all right. People are going to stare at me anyway. There is no way around that. People are going to ask me from like, oh, do I play basketball? What do I do? Everyone's like, oh my God, he's so tall. Like I've heard that since I was born, bro. So I was like, fuck you. I'm going to give you something to stare at now. Yeah, you know? So then I started following trends, kind of getting with what's hip, kind of dressing a certain way, using the proportions and all that shit. And then I was like, you know, I'm going to swag some of this shit out even more. Like I'm going to do something myself. And so I think the confidence was just like, one, the people staring at me, and then clothes wouldn't fit me right whenever I go to the mall and shit. So I'd be like, all right, I'm going to make my own shit. So I started sewing, learning how to sew. And for a whole bunch of reasons, I learned how to sew. But I was always like, damn, I want to dress like a rock star. And that's what I'm going to show to the world. So I would always make the flares I was showing you earlier, all that shit. And then, I was just like, fuck, I'm going to start doing this shit for real because I want my tombstone to say at least he tried. Yeah, so sure. I think a medium for me that would have been so cool was fashion. So I started doing fashion, doing shit that I really enjoyed anyway. So that's what gave me the confidence. Like people were just staring at me. So I was like, man, fuck you. I'm going to give you something to stare at, you know? So that was what gave me like the kind of spark to go do it, you know? So I'll ask it to you now. What gave you the confidence to create, especially in like the clothing brand world? You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. I mean, so I will go and bounce back off of what I said earlier, how I wore skinny jeans in 4th, 5th grade. I forgot what grade it was, but damn near same age. Yeah. And I mean, back then kids are mean. I mean, I was mean, but you know, kids are fucking mean. Hell yeah. And so I'm at school and everybody like, oh, you wearing skinny jeans? I fucking talking shit. I'm like, bro, they're fucking jeans, dude. Like, and so 5 years later, everybody's wearing skinny jeans. And I'm like, I was on that trend before everybody started doing that shit. So I'm like, man, I'm finna pop my shit. So I started dressing different. I will always wear different things. And I would say I had my mind that I wanted to play sports. I was like, everybody's doing sports. It was the coolest thing to do, you know? Yeah. Everybody looked up to the best athlete, things like that. So I was in sports. I played football. I ran track. But I was just that player that got it done. I was never like the star player. I was never the person that everybody was like, oh, did you see what Chance did last night? Like, I was never that guy. But, you know, I did my shit. I did what I had to do on the field. Yeah. So I would say once I realized that there was more out there for me and I was just chasing something that wasn't like giving back, I feel like that's when my confidence boosted. And I was like, I actually have a mind, an eye for fashion, for creative, and people are not blessed. Like everybody's not blessed with that, you know. Yeah. People are blessed with that athletic talents. Like people are blessed with a lot of things, but that creative is different. It's real different. So I would say
that's really what like boosted my confidence and made me like try to go touch the stars, because basically like what you said is I'm gonna give you something to fucking look at, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking design some skinny jeans and you're gonna fucking wear them. That motherfucker that was talking shit in 5th grade, I'm finna design some skinny jeans, you gonna put them shits on, you know.
Yeah.
So
hell
like
yeah.
that's like my confidence. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. In your brand now, do you still have like any doubts or fear? I mean, I have a fuck ton with my brand. Like, I'm always like, fuck, is it gonna work out?
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of gotten away from those now because I've like opened up my doors to so many things, like I was telling you, with a new Renaissance versus like being just the fashion designer.
Yeah.
So I've kind of gotten away from a lot of those now. But for you, do you still have any doubts or fears kind of within fashion or your brand or like any of that shit?
Yeah, I mean, every day, like, what if I don't succeed? What if I don't succeed? What if I'm working on this shit for the last, I mean, it's been 7 years. What if I'm just fucking here, just doing the same shit year by year and just designing and hoping it gets to where I want it to get? So, I mean, there's always that what if I fail? But, you know, like you said, on my tombstone, when I die, it's going to say, at least I tried, you know? So you can't think too much in the future because you can't control the future. You can only control what you're doing right now. So I would say, like, that's one thing that worries me sometimes is what if I fail. Also, another thing is, like, the whole fucking process of just, like, trial and error, the manufacturing process. Like, that shit is fucking stressful, man. Like, I've been through, like, 5-6 different manufacturers. I think I finally found the right one.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's, like, you don't know what goes behind closed doors with manufacturing. Like, sizing, fucking stitching, like, all that shit could get fucked up. And at the end of the day, I just want my clothes. You know, I don't give a fuck about none of that, what's going on back there. So I would say, like, the biggest thing with, like biggest thing, like, what that I worry about, like, getting messed up as well is, like, the manufacturing process, like, making sure that you are locked in with your manufacturer and finding the right manufacturer. I feel like is the biggest thing that would help with a successful clothing brand.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question I'm going to ask you kind of branches into that,
Mm-hmm.
which is good, man. But it's like, if someone who's watching this is starting a brand today, right, what do you think is, like, the first thing they need to do? And, like, yeah, kind of we'll start with that. What do you think is, like, the first thing they need to do when they want to get the brand? I know you said, like, motive, kind of like what's your motive? But, like, beyond that, like, they're doing a fashion brand, right?
Yeah.
What's the first thing they should focus on, you think?
So, yeah, I mean, motive, that's definitely the number one thing. And I would say knowing what a brand means to you, knowing why you want to do this brand, which is kind of a motive, but it gets deeper than just motive. What's going to set your brand separate from everybody else's? Because it's easy to say, oh, yeah, I want to start a brand, but why? Why do you want to start that brand? Is it because you like clothes? Is it because you like money? Is it because you like fashion? You know, there's a lot of different things as to why people start brands. So I feel like sitting down, writing a whole entire brand concept, mapping everything out, getting your logo, and having just a platform before you start that brand is the biggest thing. Because, like I said, when I started it, I drew something, went to my mom, we went to the store, and I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start the brand.
Yeah.
And so look at me now, 8 years later, I'm still learning shit. But imagine if I would have had a whole map and everything planned out before I went to that store and did that brand. I feel like I would have had a lot more success in my past days. But hey, I mean, I was fucking young, so it's like trial and error. You learn a lot of things, and that's why we're sitting here today, to let people know.
Yeah.
You know, so like I feel like that's.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think mine would be like the first step if you're starting anything in fashion is just like get used to sucking. Get used to it not going away. Get all the like get goals away from it. Get like if you're starting a fashion brand, get goals away from it, because like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Like, don't let that be your guiding light. Don't let that be your North Star. Don't let that be like why you're doing it. If you have a concrete why you're doing this, or like you have like the natural instinct to create clothes, in my opinion, it's just best to go out there and try, see what works. If it's t-shirt designing, great. If it's sewing, great. If it's, you know, vinyl printing, if it's fucking DTG, whatever the fuck it may be, great. You know what I mean? It could be your unique vision, your unique way you take pictures of the clothes. You know, it could be so many different things. So in my opinion, it's best to just try as much as you can and get goals away from it. I think it was really, really important for me to start a thesis for my brand. I have a whole thing written out of what the brand means, what it's doing, and I change it over time based on like what I want. You know, kind of grows and expands. But that did help me as far as like setting the foundation. But I think even before the foundation, just like try a bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could think you want to be a creative director, but really, you're really nasty at photos. You're amazing at photos. You know what I mean? So by trying all these 6 or 7 things, 6'7", ew. But like trying all that shit out, you can actually see, damn it, wait a minute, I'm actually not going to start spending $1,000 on shirts. I'm actually really, really good at sewing. I'm going to actually lean into making 101 jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think trying as much as you can and getting the goals away from it, because like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like it could very well happen. It happens to some people, but chances are it's not going to happen to you. It didn't happen to us. You know what I mean? Like,
especially have some clothes, yeah.
Like it's so much more flooded, the market at least. So it's like so difficult to really stand out. So I think you need to find your way to stand out, and not just in clothes, but like try some things out, like photos, videos, maybe even a podcast. Who fucking knows? But then of course from there, plot it out, kind of figure out what it is. And in my opinion, the sooner you plot everything out, the sooner you start taking action. The sooner you can start actually moving and actually creating motion for yourself versus like thinking about it forever. Oh, it needs to be perfect before I make the first post. Create the idea, create the thesis, and go. And run with it, and then like nothing can hold you back. And start once you start posting, once you start going crazy, like you're already doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
that's kind of my advice. So let's say someone's kind of stuck right in the creative process. Do you have any tricks or something that you get out of those ruts in?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been stuck in the creative process multiple times, and I would say, try to make a song or try to make a painting or do something creative that like makes your mind think about something else. Like just because you can't design that t-shirt that you want to design doesn't mean that you can't go and try something else, because it'll open your mind up to different branches. You don't want to just keep your mind focused on one thing, So when I was stuck, I would try to go make a song, or I would try to paint and just get my mind off of that one thing, but it's also still making your mind think like in a creative way. So I would say that's like my biggest advice to like, if you're stuck in like a creative, like what is it called when
Right.
when you're stuck in that, I would say just go try to create something else, do something else that makes your mind think in a creative way.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I agree. I think mine is just getting like what are you actually inspired by? You know what I mean? If you're inspired by runway artists, take a break, go watch runways. You know what I mean? Go take a fucking walk, go to the gym, go do something else. And then my biggest inspiration is not even fashion designers, it's music. So like if I get locked into a song or an album or like a specific artist very, very like in depth, I'll just like listen to them forever and like draw from them as much as I can. So like I'll go on a huge Yeet tear. Like I'll listen to 3 Yeet albums and then I'll come back to it and be like, yeah, I know what to do now. Like that's why I made the Mesh mask. So I was listening to like him, SD Kid, and I was like, damn, the masks are so fire. And then like when I was doing my runway stuff, I was listening to Black Sabbath. So a lot of that is all like rock and roll, metal related stuff. You know what I mean? So like I'm really inspired by music and kind of what their genres spoke about, So I say whatever you're inspired by, if it's movies, if it's TV, if it's your friends, go be with that for a little bit, then come back to it. You know what I mean? If you're ever stuck and you don't know what to do, I'd say go get in touch with what actually inspires you. You know what I mean? Where do you draw your inspiration from? If you've ever been in like a fucking Walmart, that's what I mean. Sometimes I'll go to like a store and be like, oh my God, the idea just hits me. I love malls, I love stores, I love fucking random clothing stores, and the idea will just hit me there. You know what I mean? So if you like that, that's probably how you can get out of a rut.
I would say, and never sit there and be stuck on one thing for too long.
Yeah, 100%.
Ever.
That's like the worst thing you can do. Is just try to like brute force your way through it and be like, I have to do this. It has to happen. Because that time, like, you'll just go with whatever comes first or whatever is like the easiest way out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If you want to actually stick to what you're, again, this is to go to your point, why you need a kind of good foundation. Because if you know, like, you're making unique clothes, you're trying to make something super unique, you're right there, you have like 80% done, you can't figure out the last 20% of whatever it is you're doing. You may just think of the first thing that comes to your mind is the unique way versus go and get inspired and then figure out, okay, this is actually the right way to do it. You know what I mean? So I think getting out of that rut is really just about like taking a step back really quick, reevaluating, and go get in touch with what inspires you, and then fuck it, ball from there,
For sure.
So let's say that someone is, doesn't know what medium they want to get into. This is my whole thing, right? I like photography, I like chess, I like exotic fish collecting, I like guitar, I like the flute, I like whatever the fuck it is. How did you know that it was going to be fashion for you? Or, is there any way that you can tell someone like, hey, this is what you should choose? Is there any way that like what path to go down? You know what I mean? Like for you, let's say in your brand, right? You can drop a shirt, you can drop jeans, you can drop whatever. How do you know what to drop next? How do you know where to go next? Versus like someone who's like just starting, they have all these things to do. They can do anything creative, right?
Okay.
How do you kind of figure out where to go next?
Yeah. So, I mean, the way you kind of find your like, I'm trying to think. This is a hard question. That's a good question. Yeah.
I'll answer the way I kind of think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think to go back to my point, I think it's just about trying as much as you can.
Mhm.
Like, bro, for my brand, I was sewing. I went through manufacturers. I screen printed myself. I did DTG. I did fucking cut and sews. I did vintage reworking. I did vinyl cutting and printing. I had a hat press. I literally like just tried absolutely everything. When it comes to the medium, I think that also happens as well. Like, I designed video games for a little bit. That's why I have the skate thing over there. I like music. I like cars. I like fucking everything, dude. You know, like trying to use those as inspiration to one medium, I think. So if you like 10 different things, you know what I mean? Or you're trying to think of like, damn, you know, find what inspires you and try to convert that into one like funnel. Like how do I get Ozzy Osbourne and how do I get Chester Bennington and how do I get Virgil Abloh all to meet? You know what I mean? Is it through a song? Maybe. You know what I mean? How do I get all my inspirations to meet? Is it through making food? You know what I mean? Is it through playing the flute? Is it through clothing? Is it through whatever? You know, I try to find those inspirations and try to narrow it down. For like fashion for me, what comes next, I just again go back to like my inspirations like music. So like if I'm really inspired by Ozzy, I'm making metal looking stuff. I'm really inspired by Yeet, I'm making ski masks shit like the ones I just got. You know, like if I'm really inspired by X, I go make Y. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a cool video. Like sometimes I'm really inspired by a song, I go and make a video for my brand. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I would decide it. Just try everything first, see what you're really fucking with, and then get your inspirations that help you to get to those things. You know, run free. Like if you want to be a chess player, if you're really inspired by music, you could just be listening to certain songs that help you play chess, you know? So that's kind of my thing. I don't know if that makes sense. I just kind of
I'm not gonna lie. Like you killed that, and I feel like I agree with you. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like that was one of them questions where I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That was a great explanation though. Like make sure you combine all those into one. You know.
Yeah. Like how do you get that funnel from like I have all these 10 ideas. You know, how do I get them into one executable thing? That's why I chose to do a brand, because a brand opens up the doors to everything. Like I could really lean into like making a super sick video, right? Or I could lean into sharing my wisdom on these podcasts, or I could lean into, you know, sewing something really good or selling a piece of clothing that has something really deep intertwined with what I like, you know? So I think the reason I chose a brand is because it's just like so many avenues I can express myself. Like I can choose the song on the video. I can choose the creative direction for the video. I can make the clothes. You know what I mean? I can show you the inspiration of it. I can show you the behind the scenes. I can show you what I'm working on. So you can see everything from the highest level of like, oh, I'm just looking at an idea. I'm looking at everything from the mountain peak, or I'm at the ground level digging up dirt. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see everything. So that's why I chose to do a brand versus like being a musician, because musician, you're pretty much locked into like I have to make music.
For sure.
You still get to do like your stuff. You can create a direct to video, make merch, and all that stuff. So there's definitely similarities between them. But I think if you want to really lean into being like a musician, you really got to do shit like with music in mind. For me, with a brand, it kind of opens up the doors to doing a lot of stuff. You know, yes, fashion is the end goal of it, but it's like, how can I communicate fashion to you through a wide array of mediums? Do I host an event? Do I have a gallery? Do I do this? You know, so there are a lot of ways to kind of get inspired. So brand for me was the easiest choice. So that's kind of my explanation there. Rambling a little bit.
Okay.
So let's talk about 2026, bro. What do you think is like your fashion trend predictions for 2026?
So I would say like 2026, I think it's gonna switch a lot. Like I obviously still think jorts are gonna be here. Like jorts are always gonna be here. I feel like that's gonna be a trend that doesn't go away for a while. Motorsport fashion, I feel like that's gonna be big. Like F1 type of designs, things like that. Like I think that's gonna be a big trend. I would say like simplicity is also going to become a big thing as well. Like kind of just like American made fashion, like kind of old school Abercrombie and Fitch, like things like that. I feel like that's going to come back like spring, summer type. And honestly, I'm big on simplicity this year. Like I like the real calm garments, just like kind of like we were talking earlier, Cole Henry. Like I love his brand. It's like his blanks and everything. You know, you look at it and you're like, what brand is that? And you go and you're like, it's Cole Henry. And it's like, oh, it makes sense because it's like real simple. But, you know, at the end of the day, like he designed that to the way he wants to design. So I would say like I like his type of fashion, things like that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think mine for the year, I think jorts for sure. Like one of the first things I'm making are a pair of jorts. And my design form is like super long jorts, but the actual camo itself is going to be it's going to be unique as fuck. I'm not going to talk about it now. I don't want to give it away, but it's the camo itself is going to be what's going to be crazy about it. I think we're going to really see a big influx of people into fashion,
Mm-hmm.
not for Instagram or designers' sake, like, oh, I really want to get into Margiela, I really want to get into this. I think we're going to see the masses of people who don't know fashion start to get into like dressing better,
Okay.
like a little better. So like I think you're going to see a lot of mall brands
Mm-hmm.
actually be competitive with what people online are doing, like you and me and any other designer. We already are seeing that with like Abercrombie and like all these brands kind of doing like the baggy shit. They're doing like cropped stuff. They're doing everything that was really trending. But I think we're going to see that in a big wave now where like a lot of brands, you can go to the mall and still be as fly as you are on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Versus,
speaking of that, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like
You're-
Cotton On,
yeah,
like they stepped their fucking game up.
they stepped it up.
I walked in Cotton On like a few weeks ago and I was like, what the fuck? I saw a pair of jeans. I was like,
Yeah.
these are clean.
Yeah, literally.
But you looked at the price and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like $200. But I mean, that's a great like example as to what you mean, how these small brands are gonna start like competing with.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think they realize they're losing a lot of money to people like us online, and they're losing a lot of like market share to like all these different creators because fashion is so accessible now. Like, you can hit up a manufacturer and make anything for like cheap, take a picture of it, and then pre-order it and sell it. You know what I mean? Like they've realized that was the method, and now they realize that damn, we need to capture trends. We have the manufacturer, big deals with them. We need to capture these trends ASAP, and I think that's what happened at every brand. So Vans is gonna do it. Literally everything, Dickies, fucking Zoomies, like all these different mall brands are going to start capturing what we're trying to do. And so I think it's going to be a lot harder in 2026 for brands to stand out in fashion, so to speak. So you can have the same like shirt, right, or same t-shirt design as a Vans store or as someone else, and they'll beat you on price. So I think with a lot of people coming into the market now, a lot of people are going to see like, oh, I can go get this shit at the mall, or I can get this shit online. What am I going to do? Probably go try it on first and see if it fits. So like people will be like, damn, why am I losing customers? I think a big thing we're going to have to do is to stand out as a brand. You're going to have to see events being thrown or pop-ups or like different ways to get noticed. So whether that's like showing behind the scenes of what you're actually building, like what I'm trying to do, what you're trying to do, or like throwing events where people can actually come out and see what you're working on, see what you actually stand for. You know what I mean? Like Vans is a skateboarding company, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know the last time they threw a fucking skateboarding event. They could be. I could be tripping. But, like, maybe they're not throwing as many events. They're not doing local pop-ups. They're not doing Vans Warped 2 anymore. I mean, maybe they did revive it this year. But, like, for a while, people loved Vans because they were doing a fucking music tour. They had all these stores. They were doing events. They were, like, hosting, like, skateboard competitions. If you're doing something like that, you need to kind of start leaning into that same thing where it's like, if you fuck with a certain music aesthetic, maybe collaborate with certain artists in your area and try to throw events with them. If you fuck with a certain message, maybe communicate that message in an event. And I think that's what we're going to see in 2026. A lot more brands leaning into actually in-person stuff, activations, because they know there's so many people coming in this market that want to dress better. So now you're competing with not just us online. You're competing with Hollister, Cotton On, Abercrombie, all these fucking brands. So I think a lot of people, and I think a lot of new brands in the market space, like, damn, I never thought Aeropostale would actually be swagged out. But holy fuck, they're on their shit now. You know what I mean?
I hope so, because, man.
Yeah.
Aeropostale.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, crazy shit. So that's my trend prediction. I think just we're going to see every trend that happens, whatever the fuck it is, be captured by everyone. So, like, you're going to be able to get that soccer jersey that pops off in the summer from every store online and every store in a mall. So it's what's going to separate you from that other one, from number 100. And it's going to be, do you have a message? Are you in person? Do I know who you are? Do I see what you're doing? Do I believe in you? Do I want to see you succeed? If all of those are yes, then they buy from you.
Yeah, I saw this cool video on TikTok when I was scrolling the other night, and it was a guy basically talking about how brands are going to be able to set themselves aside from everybody else. And he was saying putting your brand on skateboards, putting your brand on, like, for example, utensils or something that everybody's going to buy. Because I don't know if you've heard of Raspberry Hills.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they made nail clippers.
That's
and
fire.
put, like, their name on it. And it's just like, damn, making small things that people use every day could be a way to set yourself, like, away from, like, other brands and things like that. So that's something that I took, and I was like, damn, that might be smart. So
Mic a little closer.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, you're good. Because you're talking a little bit.
I keep going like this. Yeah.
Well, there you go. We'll cut that out. But no, I agree 100%, bro. It's like, I think that's a huge thing now. I think what I want to do first for my brand is, like, really focus on getting people involved. So, like, throwing the events, doing really cool campaigns, doing really cool photo shoots, getting insane models, getting all these different bands to collaborate with, getting, like, people involved first, and then making stuff. Versus what I was doing for a while was focusing on the clothes and then hoping people would buy it. You know what I mean? But, like, if you want to get patched flares, you can go to any other brand that makes that shit and buy from them. You know what I mean? So I think my focus was always, like, I want to be fashion designer. I'm going to do fashion. You know what I mean? But now I'm trying to open up the doors to everyone, saying, hey, this is our thing. So I want to create a gallery versus create a product. Yeah. You know? So I think my goal now is I want to lead into like events, the podcast, so we can teach people, the TikToks, so we can teach people, the fucking live streaming our design meeting, so everyone can hear me talk my shit.
Yeah.
So you can get involved at any step of your creative journey and join us in a new renaissance. And then we'll see a lot of people doing their thing, learning from us, doing whatever, and then we'll start selling the products. Then it's like, hey, then you can buy an ashtray, you can buy our key ring, you can buy whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. But I want to make my shit accessible to everyone. I don't want it to be, I was always hyper like niched. Like I want people who want to dress like a rock star like me. It's like very ego centered. So I want to open up the doors a lot now to people who are like, I just want a ring, you know what I mean? I want a cool fucking ring, and just sell them a ring, you know what I mean? And not to like be like low level fashion, like, oh, I'm just making a ring, like what the fuck? But like, you wear rings, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Who the fuck am I to not sell one? You know, why can't I? You know?
I would say it's all about like making people feel welcome. You
For
know,
sure.
I would say when starting a brand, all I cared about was designing clothes, and people buying it. But that's not all that comes with a successful brand. You got to make people want to buy. You kind of have to sell yourself in a way, 100%. You know. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, is just like sitting back and realizing like, okay, if this brand's gonna be bigger than what I want it to be, you have to do more than just sell clothes, make good clothes.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
What do you think 2026 is gonna bring for Austin specifically? Do you think you just stay here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Austin. I'm gonna give it a few more years for sure. Like, I think that like doing things like this and meeting other people and us getting in front of this, starting a podcast, and just putting these videos on TikTok, Instagram, will motivate people to come out their little small bubble. That, because I feel like Austin, it's a lot of creatives, but nobody knows until you talk to somebody. Or a lot of people aren't posting. Somebody's like, I'm a model, and you go to their page and they have no pictures of themselves modeling. It's like, how are we supposed to know that you're a model if you don't post pictures of yourself modeling?
Literally.
And I feel like that's a lot of people in Austin. They're just scared to show what they have to bring to the world. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, is people like small creatives and people getting in front of the camera, making people feel welcome, that they can come and work with us. Like, come on, like me and him, like we're ready.
We're doing it.
Photographers, videographers, models. Come on, free work. We all trying to work, you know? So I just think like making people feel welcome, like they're like creatives and things like that. I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing. I would say also, I can't really speak too much on what I think Austin's going to be like this year, just because I moved here not too long ago. And I would say last year it was rough. Like, it was hard to find any pop-ups, find any events. Like, I would say Rad people were like the only people that really were like throwing events out in Austin that I would attend. So I would say like, it's time for us to start doing things.
100%.
Because we were just talking about not New York Fashion Week, Austin Fashion Week, and it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not. Like, and that's what I would say, that's the biggest thing for clothing brands, to kind of get your foot in the door in Austin. And I don't want to go to it because like I look at it on TikTok and I'm like, that doesn't look pleasing, that doesn't look interesting. So
yeah,
I feel like if we start attending events like that and bringing people that we surround ourselves with, we will be able to change the culture and shift it in a way.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to see more people like us move here.
Mm-hmm.
There are a fuck ton of people here who are right fucking there. They have like an idea, they have an interest, but they haven't found like their thing they want to do yet. Like, I know my buddy's super interested in taking pictures, but he hasn't bought the camera. I know my friend really wants to post online, but they haven't really just done it yet. They get scared. They don't want to do this. You know what I mean? And my goal with this whole page and this whole everything, wherever this turns into, is to say, you can fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you can fucking do whatever the hell you want, man.
For sure.
And I think Austin is a great place for that, because there's so many people who like want to work. Like, bro, I got 1,200 DMs for people to model for me. Like,
yeah, that's insane.
Fucking insane. Like, people just want to do shit, and that's what I really enjoy about the city. That's why I moved here. Like, when I first traveled here like 4 years ago, I was like so in love with it. I was like, bro, everyone's so easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we met like out of nowhere. It was on some chill shit. Like, no one's really stuck up. No one's really like, don't talk to me. What do you have to offer me? Like, everyone is just open to like hearing what you have going on and like work together on shit. You know, it's very open, and I said welcoming towards people who like want to try something, whatever the fuck it is. That's why I moved here, and it's like easy to find podcasts because I have like 4 other ones that I'm trying to get locked in. But like, me and my buddy have a list of like 20 people we want to have, because there's so many people just creating anything. You know what I mean? Stores, coffee shops, fucking matcha stores, people who are photographers, videographers, musicians. My God, there's so many fucking musicians here. You know what I mean? Food trucks, people who are just doing anything cool. Like, Austin is a city for like innovators, and it's like people hate on it because it's not as big as New York or LA yet. But the key is yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my prediction for the city in 2026 is that we're going to see more people like me move here, like you move here, and we're actually to get some more motion because I am going to do 2026 Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to turn that bitch up.
For sure.
Like crazy. Like it's not even going to be close. I want to host events. I want to host actual runway shows for designers in 2026 in Austin in Fashion Week.
What month is it?
I think it's September, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it like same dates as New York?
Not same dates as Fashion
okay.
Week, but it's same month, I think. It's a
Okay.
season. So there's like 3 or 4 Fashion Weeks. There's like a England, there's a Italy, there's a France, and I think there's New York at the same time. Like the same month. So I want us to be around there sometime. So sometime in September. But that's the ideal fucking goal. Hopefully we make it happen. But I think by turning that up, by actually making New York Fashion Week say, damn, what the fuck is happening over there? There may be some motion in Austin.
For sure.
We already have some cool actors here, podcasters, health people. Like, my God, we have a health community here. Like, we have so much going for ourselves. No matter what the fuck you're interested in, you can come here and try, you know? Whereas New York, you got to pay a big ticket to get in there. It's like $4 a month for rent. You got to be able to thug it out over there for real. And, like, all that money's going to your rent when you could be saving a little bit of money here, trying to make something happen with all of us and try to build a little utopia over here where we're all creating something fire.
For sure.
So I think my prediction in 2026, people start moving here like crazy, more than they are already.
Yeah.
And then we see a lot more people try, you know, a lot more people start being creatives. There are a lot of locals here who don't fuck with that, who don't say like, oh, why are all the influencers moving here? It's like, bro, everyone's just getting a fucking phone and putting themselves on the fucking internet, bro. Like,
for real.
what do we care about, you know? So I think it's time for us to just put ourselves on the map. I think it's time for us to stop being afraid, start trying, and fail in front of everyone. Fucking who gives a shit?
Yeah,
you
literally.
know what I mean? Like,
I didn't fail a few times.
whatever, bro. Like, you know, like I failed so many times. I know what I failed at. I did a video on it. I failed like 9 times on different things, different ventures in my life. It's like, bro, who cares?
And you're still going, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like,
You never hear the story of the guy who risked it all and lost because they're not done yet.
yeah.
They're not done yet. They may have risked it all. They may have lost, but they're on their way to the W. The path to the W is littered with L's. Littered with L's.
Yeah.
It's going to be like non-fucking stop. So the sooner you can realize that, the sooner you can get used to that, and the sooner you can fucking get that fear out of you and just start posting and start making something happen and say, I'm doing a brand. I'm being a photographer. I'm being a videographer. The sooner shit will start to work out for you, man. The sooner you can just get to action. Get to action. You know what I mean? So do you have any goal with the brand for this year specifically? Do you have anything you're like trying to do? Like, I want a big, you know, something.
Yeah, I would say sold out collection within like 24 hours. You know, that's my biggest goal. That's what I want to reach by the end of December. Attending New York twice this year, so going at the end of next month. And then my biggest goal is to attend New York Fashion Week as well. Have a pop-up and just network. You know, last year was consistency. This year is just staying consistent, but also getting to that next step, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my biggest goal for sure.
Hell yeah. What are you working on anything you can share with us right now, like clothing wise, that you're excited about?
Yeah, so I actually am working on this waffle knit plaid jacket zip up, kind of with just like a simple Suinvious embroidery on it. It's gonna be like yellow, black, and white. Sample should be in at the end of this month. Gonna take it to New York when I go in February and just talk to people. Have a few more pieces on me because right now all I have is this rugby tee and then some jorts, which is going to be cold out there, so nobody's trying to buy jorts. So I'm going to have that zip up, see how people like it, see how people react to it, and then potentially drop that. And then I designed a not tracksuit, but I mean basically like a hoodie and sweats, kind of little matching set, and we'll see how that comes out. I mean, it may come out, it may not, you know, it's just a sample. So I don't have anything in specific like collection base that I'm working on, but I would say that I'm starting to prep for spring, summer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think what I'm working on now is more so just the content side of things. That's all I'm doing all this for, is just like get my name out there, focus on that first, let everyone know what the fuck I'm working on at scale. Like every time I get 200 views on a TikTok, fuck yeah, it's 200 more people that could be fans. You know? So try to get as many people as I can on board ASAP. And then once we have that foundation, we have those people built in, then it's time to start dropping. Then it's like we work with manufacturers, get everything done. Figuring that whole thing out is like way down the line. But now it's just leaning into the creativity of it, getting people involved, showing the brand message every fucking way we can. And then from there, leaning into products, and then what the fuck do I actually want to sell people? Because, you know, whatever, I could do a fucking course, you know what I mean? Like, what do I actually want to sell? Is it gonna be rings? Is it gonna be jewelry? Is it gonna be hats? Is it gonna be everything? Is it gonna be all the above? So I'm gonna sell, tickets to our events. Who fucking knows?
And you're kind of like in the transitioning phase too, right?
Yeah. So like the rebrand, everything is like transitioning into like greater. I want to show my interests in everything I do. I don't want to like my page is just all focused on fashion and music, the two main things I'm focused on. But man, I love so much other shit. Like I play video games. Like I have all these pop Funkos you can see over there. Like, I like Star Wars, anime, fucking everything, man. So I want to have all those be a part of the story. What am I interested in? Everything under the sun. Yeah. And trying to show that as much as I can first. Once we find the people who are also like us, our tribe here. Well, we already found it in far like people on the brand working goes, but like fans of it. That's what we're trying to lean into now. So yeah, I mean, things are going pretty great for you now. You're really working. You have a good goal. Things set up for you. What's some creative wisdom you can leave us with for the future of whoever watches this podcast? What are some creative wisdom things you would leave them as far as like where to go on their journey?
Yeah, I would say never stop trying, man. Like just because you fail, get back on your feet and keep going. I started when I was 18. I'm 25 years old, and I'm still going. I'm still motivated to this day. What keeps that motivation is your mindset. Like I've sat here and I've had a failure drop maybe 2-3 times, made no money, wrong sizing, all that. But guess what? I'm still going. So that's why I'm saying, like, you would never know where your brand could be if you gave up, so just continue to go, continue to stay motivated, and just keep your mind on like a swivel, always do different creative things. Don't keep your mind in one thing. Like I'm into fashion, but I'm also into graphic design, and I'm also into multiple other things. That's what keeps me motivated. Oh, Mike, yeah. Mike, I'm like, it's over here. But yeah, I would say my biggest thing is just like, never give up. Never give up, man.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. My words of parting wisdom are the same, honestly. Never give up, man. Again, you never hear the story of the person who bet it all and lost because they're not done yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not done yet. If you fucked up like we fucked up, things can turn the way tomorrow. You know what I mean? You could have one post blow up, the right person can see it, Yachty can wear your thing on stage, and the next thing you know, you're a fucking millionaire. You've done all your things you wanted to do. So to sum up our whole conversation, I think let's do that, and we'll kind of end it there. From what you've told us, start off the foundation with trying as much as you can, getting a thesis in order, getting your things in order, find out why you want to start your brand versus just being a millionaire or doing something cool like the Hellstar guys, or not to knock them, but like, you know what I mean? Trying to emulate someone. I think you should try to do something yourself and set an actual goal of what you try to speak to with your brand, right? For you, it's your uniqueness. For me, it's more being interested. Yeah. Kind of set the foundation, write your why, right? Get kind of started there. And then for me, I say try everything you can. Pick up that camera, pick up the phone, record TikTok, see if your TikToks do well. See if fucking clothing goes well. See if you like sewing, if you like manufacturing work, if you like talking to people overseas, if you like working people here, having people sew for you. Try every avenue you absolutely humanly can. You're going to fail. You're going to fuck up a lot, right? You're going to fuck up on the designs. Things aren't going to go your way. Manufacturers are going to fuck you. Things are going to go pretty shitty. Get used to it because it's a hard road. But in order to get over those things, the steps you can take are just keep going. Yeah, keep going as much as you can. If you get, like we said earlier, if you get locked up trying to work on something, you can't figure it out, take a break. Go get inspired again. Go back to what really makes you fucking happy to be a designer, to be anything you do. So with that, the world is yours. Go do whatever the fuck you want to do, whatever it is. We'd love to help you. DM me, DM Chance. We'd love to help you. And follow us on our socials. I'll give mine and you give yours.
Yeah, for sure.
You can find me on Instagram at Manny Chambliss, on TikTok at Manny Chambliss. On Instagram, our company, where this will most likely be posted, is a new renaissance.studio. It's also our website if you want to buy any of our old pieces from Auspicious Garments, our previous name. And on TikTok, I believe it's at a new renaissance. So that's where you can find me. And if you want to work with me at all on anything we're doing, be on our podcast or do anything like this, reach out. I'm more than happy to help you. What are your socials?
Yeah, so my personal would be Pierce Chance on Instagram. And then my business page for Suinvious would be Suinvious, spelled Suinvious. This would be my Instagram handle. And then on TikTok, it's the same thing. And then for personal would be Pierce Chance as well on TikTok.
Hell yeah. Well, appreciate you as the first guest officially on A New Renaissance, the podcast. We love you guys so much. Thank you. And hopefully we gave you some tools to start your creative journey and get out there and take over the fucking world. So
yeah, appreciate it for having me,
Of course.
This is nerve-wracking for me. I really don't sit in front of cameras and talk. So give me a little.
Hell yeah, everyone deserves a spotlight, bro. We love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can still buy those, right?
Yeah. I have a few left. So
These
few
things are so
sizes
fire.
like large, XL. So they on the website. First come, first serve.
Yeah, by the time you watch this, chances are to be sold out because they are stupid fire. In person, they're sick. So support the homie, support his brand, support what I'm doing. We love you no matter what. Thank you again so much. And yeah, my pleasure, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Let's get it.